to another live episode of Acting Smarter. Now, today we are talking about how you can stop chasing carrots and avoid acting scams and take control of your career. I am so first of all, let's talk about what dangling carrots are. Let's just give it a once over. Dangling carrots is when somebody is offering you, um, they're offering you something that just is not right. Okay, they're coming at you. They're giving you um, a story, telling you, well, um, you're perfect for this role. Just hang tight. We are close to offering you the role. Or they'll say, keep working with us and paying for the service because big opportunities are coming soon. Or another one they'll say is, you're on the short list. We need you to audition again for the 15th time. the that is an example of a dangling carrot where someone is offering you a opportunity that really isn't an opportunity. It's more to take advantage of you in some sort of way. Maybe it's getting you to pay more money. Maybe it is getting you to um, maybe they're trying to get in your pants, but it has nothing. We chase the dangling carrots, right? We're going after it. It's like, oh, I met so and so. They said they're going to give me a job. They're going to give me an acting job, and then you keep calling and calling. They don't return the call. Um, it is horrible. Over the years, I've seen it done to artists all the time, and early on, I fell prey to it. You come into the business, you want to be, you want to be a working actor, you want to do stuff, and people will take advantage of you. So let's talk about why dangling carrots are so harmful to actors. First of all, they give you false hope. They give you false hope and then they disappoint you. They have you constantly believing you're about to land a breakthrough role without any actual progress um, that can be made. Right? You're going for it. You're thinking, okay, this is it. This is it. They're gonna give me this part. I'm gonna get this stuff, and then it wears you out because you don't get the part. You don't get the opportunity, right? Or you're spending months on this dangling carrot. You're going by it, it is just a horrible, horrible thing. And it's not only in acting. I mean, we've gotten it in our projects. You meet with people, they say they're going to give you money, they're going to invest in you, and you're waiting, 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 and they keep you waiting. They keep saying, we're going to do this, and then nothing shows up. So it is a horrible thing that happens to actors, it happens to writers, directors, it happens to musical artists, singers, musicians, where as an artist, you're expecting somebody to give you something. You're waiting. They promise they're going to give you it. It is the dangling carrot is that promise of a good something marvelous that just isn't going to happen. So today I really want to dive into, first of all, how to spot those dangling carrots. One day it occurred to me about these dangling carrots. We're chasing after them, and we don't even know if those carrots are really fresh. Many times those carrots are old, they're dried up, there's nothing to it, but we're in pursuit of that dangling carrot. And so I want to give you some stuff that will help you, and then I want to talk about some of those carrots for you to be aware of, those scams that are out there. First of all, If someone is telling you, hey, we got something for you, it's soon, soon. Listen to words. They are really important. They will tell you a lot. Oh yeah, we're going to do it soon. There's no date to it. They're telling you, oh no, next season, we'll do it next season. Or they'll say, well, just be patient. Those are red flags. Those are red flags. Be careful. If it's something that is going to happen, it'll happen. But don't sit and wait. Don't buy into the soon, next season. Just be patient. It's going to come. Don't worry about it. No. Um, they'll say, we'll let you know. Mm-mm. No, if someone wants to work with you, they're going to tell you, hey, we're working on this project. We're getting ready to do this. Um, we'll get back to you when we have everything together. At that point, you go on about your business and do what you have to do. Do not sit there waiting. Oh my God, they're going to give me that thing. They're going to give it to me. Or they keep bringing you back in. Be aware of people shifting the goalpost on you. They keep moving it. They told you it's going to be this day. Then they go, well, it's going to be next year. As a matter of fact, I just thought of this, moving the goalpost. Um, I had hired a service to do a app for me, and I have met with all these people, and I think I am good. Like I can discern that stuff quickly. Well, they were like, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do this for you. They kept moving the goalpost on me, and I'm waiting for this app. And then they would say, oh, well, we'll get to it next week. We're going to get to it next week. And I'm waiting. And finally it dawned on me, wait a minute, these people are taking my money and they're not giving me what they said they were going to give me. It should not take this long. It should not. And I got on a Zoom call with them and I said, I am done. You guys did not deliver what you said you were going to do. You have charged me extra, and I still don't have anything. I am done, and I just got out of that contract. Because it was a scam, and I bought into it. So I'm giving you this information, so hopefully, you won't fall prey to it. I will not fall prey to it anymore. So I want to give you some things that you should do instead when you see those dangling carrots. Set clear boundaries. Give yourself deadlines for how long you will wait for that promised opportunity. If it's not real by then, move forward. Get the hell out of that area. Just let it go. And I would say, give yourself a week. If something doesn't show up in a week, keep moving. If it's the real thing, it'll come back and you'll get it. But don't put too much time on it. The next thing is ask direct questions. When people are trying to lure you into something, ask them specific questions, like the timelines. What are the conditions? How is it gonna, what should you expect from it? Because then it'll help you to see, are there really opportunities? Where are they getting the money from? Sometimes people say, oh yeah, we got money, we got the money, don't worry about it, we're good, we got the money, we're set. Well, how much money do you have? That's a good question to ask. How much money do you have for this project? How much is it gonna cost? So you kind of know, what's your budget? What is your budget like? How much are you paying the actors? What will I get from the deal? Start asking those kind of questions up front. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, as my mother used to say. Audition as much as you can, everywhere you can. One audition will make you crazy because you're waiting for that audition to come through. And that's not how it works. Sometimes you're going on a bunch of auditions before you get a job. So get in the habit of going on auditions, doing what you need to do. Don't get caught up in, what's happening, but really pay attention as to what it is that you are going for, and keep going. Don't wait on your agents, don't wait on your managers. God bless them, but what can you line up? right now to keep you busy, so you're not looking for that dangling carrot going, well, I went on in this audition and I'm waiting. No, go on the audition and then go on another one. Do a self tape, then do another one. And I would also say to you not to trust words, but to trust the actions of people. People will say all kinds of things in this business. They talk, 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 but where's the action? Where's the action? One of the dangling carrots that I would really say to pay attention to is when people say to you, "Yeah, I'm working with Will Smith." They'll throw some big name at you to get you going, but that person probably doesn't even know them. But you bought into, well, they know Will Smith. Will Smith is, that's some nonsense. If they know Will Smith, good, good. But how is that helping you right now to pay your bills? So let's talk about 10 big dangling carrots, or scams. They're scams. They're dangling carrot scams. Number one is the pay to play auditions or agencies. It is a scam. If you are asked to pay up front to audition or be represented by an agency, and they promise auditions or bookings but deliver little or nothing, those are scams. They are scams. I hate that. I see people coming to Hollywood every year because they signed up for some agent. They signed up with some agency who told them, we're going to take you to Hollywood and you're going to meet with all these people and you're going to book work, and they charge so much money. They bring them to Hollywood, they wine and dine them, but they never get what they were promised. So wherever you are, if you are meeting with people and they're telling you they're going to take you to Hollywood, and they're going to get you with agents and they're going to get you lined up with casting directors, don't buy it. You're better off buying your own ticket to Los Angeles and starting to meet people on your own, starting to submit stuff on your own. But that stuff is a total scam. Avoid them. Any agency that will charge you before you book work, they are not legit. Legit agencies and management charge you once you book a job and you get the check. If you don't get the check, they don't get paid. So they got to get the check before you can get paid, and before they got to get the check for you to be able to pay them. Don't advance anybody anything. And if you're not sure on these companies that are pushing stuff, go to Google and look them up and see if they're reputable, and see what their reviews are, and see what the complaints are on Google. You can go to perplexity.ai to do a search on them as well. But don't buy into anything where you are asked to give money ahead of time and they're promising you nonsense, because they're not going to deliver. It is a dangling carrot. Be careful about another scam is paying an exorbitant amount of money for acting classes and workshops and seminar that pressure you into taking these classes, saying, oh, they've got these exclusive connections and they have these secret tips. No, anybody that is pressuring you to buy something, you got to buy it now, you got to do it now, because these prices aren't going to last. Or they'll say, the offer is going to go away in 2 days. Let the offer go away. That's not for you. They are not giving you the truth. They are just taking your money. So avoid them. And if you have any inkling that you go, oh, but it sounds good, please then do your research on them. See how legit they are. Seek out the testimonies. to see, are these true. Find out who, is there anybody that you know that has taken these classes with them. Because for me, anytime I take a class or do a workshop or get in a group, I'm always asking people, how did you like it? How do you like it? What are you getting out of it? How has it helped you in your career? um, I I hear these acting teachers charging money that have no reputation in Hollywood, but somehow people got sold on the idea that they could help them, and they didn't. They just took their money. So please be careful out there, as actors, as artists. You are prey to these predators. They want to take your money. I know this because it's happened to me. When I was starting out, I bought into all these dangling carrots, all these scammers. Be careful of the fake casting calls and fake auditions where they'll post these auditions and these auditions and these self tapes, and they're requesting personal information from you or money to secure a spot. No production company that is legit will ever ask you for money, will ever ask you for personal information. Um, Production companies are not going to ask for anything unless they give you a contract and it's got the company. And again, you got to look it up. You gotta do your due diligence, research, common sense, please, common sense. Start activating common sense. If you don't have any information, get some information before you move forward. Verify them through IMDb. And you should have, as an actor, you should have an IMDb Pro account. Go to the unions that they claim to be with. Ask what unions they're with. If they're like an independent company, step away real quickly. Because if they're asking you for money and they're an independent company, that is already a red flag. You want to be with reputable people, my superstar. You want to be with reputable people. Oh God, another scam is going to these photographers for these expensive photo shoots, and they usually hook up with agencies. Again, going back to those agencies I was talking about earlier, that they will offer you this huge package. They're gonna get your headshots. They're gonna take you to Hollywood. They're gonna do this, and they do it also for modeling. So it's not just acting, but models get this as well. We'll do all these shoots for you. We're gonna charge you $5,000, and you get nothing. You get some shots, but you won't be able to use those shots. And then sometimes with these photographers that are in on it, they'll not only charge you the money, but then they'll charge you more money on top of that. So again, look up the photographers, see their work, make sure to see if there are any complaints on them in Google or in perplexity.ai, my friend perplexity.ai. Number 5 that I want you to pay attention to and be aware of, another scam that's going around, is management and publicity scammers. These people will offer these guaranteed things. Again, nobody can guarantee you anything. In this business, nobody can guarantee you anything. It is, that is how it is. They can't guarantee you. So when you hear somebody saying, we guarantee you'll get work, no. And if you do get work from these people, they're extras. It's an extra job. Why do you want to do extra work? You can do that on your own. Go to Central Casting, sign up, and it won't cost you anywhere near what these scammers are charging you. So be careful. Be careful with the management people. Be careful with publicity people who are scammers sometimes. They promise you certain things and they don't deliver. That is jacked up. So be careful. Um, the other thing is fake film festivals and award scams. Ooh, Lord. Um, they these festivals will ask you to submit your stuff. Um, they're low quality festivals, and then they require a hefty submission fee. Do not, again, look them up. Submit to well established, verified festivals that are listed on platforms like Film Freeway. Always check the festival's reputations. You know, look up their past lineups, look up the filmmakers forums that they have, but be careful. Stay away from. There's so many festivals. You want to make sure you go to the ones that are legit. Film Freeway is a great resource to subscribe to because they'll tell you what's legit. So if you don't know and you're a actor who just did your little short and you want to put it in a festival, get a subscription to Film Freeway so you can be with the legit festivals to submit your stuff. Okay, scams are everywhere. um, Publicity, we talked about publicity, but I want to talk about it a little bit more because there are publishers and magazines who will approach actors for invitation to feature them in their magazine, and they ask you to pay a fee. I get hit with that all the time. Hey, if you will pay $1,500, we'll put you on the cover. You know what? I can make my own magazine, put myself on the cover, and all I need is Canva. I can do that on Canva, print my own magazine. So do not, if a magazine is coming to you, then it should not have a cost to it. They're coming to you for a legitimate reason. If you haven't done anything, why would a magazine or a publicist come to you to help you? You don't have any credits. You don't have anything that's sticky that you can use. But there are people out there. There are publicists out there who have done publicity for back in the day, and now they're selling this huge package for like $5,000, and they do nothing for you, absolutely nothing. The scam is they get your money and then they disappear. You call them, they don't return the calls. It is you gotta pay attention. Gotta pay attention. And I say this as someone who's been in the business, who has for over 40 years in acting. And if you count my time in the record business, that's over 50 years that I've been in the business. And I have seen these scammers. They don't go away. They're like roaches. They just keep breeding. They just keep coming and coming. But it's up to you, the actor, the artist, to pay attention. Do not fall prey. Make sure that these companies are legit. Look them up before you do anything. I know as an actor, we get so excited. Oh my God, they want to sign me. They want to do this. Find out who the company is first before you get your heart. The Bible says, guard your heart. Guard your heart. So guard your heart, guard your ears, guard your head. Don't go cashing a check in your head that was never there to begin with. We think, oh my God, we're going to work and I'm going to make this amount of money. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't buy into that dangling carrot, please. Another big scam out there for actors to pay attention is the talent showcases. They promise you stuff. They promise to hook you up with casting directors and agents, and they say, oh, we have casting directors attending, we have agents attending. Many times they're paying the casting director, they're paying the agents to come to these events, but nothing is going to happen for you. They just come. Maybe they'll pick one person. Maybe there's one person in that whole showcase that they will go, you know what, that person I like. But for the most part, it's a scam. Don't do it. Now there are reputable showcases for actors when they're getting ready to come out of college that they have that are fruitful, that they do have legit agents and legit casting directors. I've known a couple of people who actually got their break through those particular talent showcases, but those were reputable. So you got to make sure you are seeking the information to make sure that these showcases are reputable. And if they're, if you find one that is trying to get you and they're charging you all this money, look them up. You can do your own showcase. You can grab a couple of actors and do your own showcase, film it, and then send it to casting people. You don't need to be spending hundreds of thousands of dollars for nothing. Also, be careful. Another scam is that fake casting calls, industry emails will trick you into providing your personal data, your security, your social security, your ID, your bank information. They're promising you that they're sending you money, that they're going to send you a check, they're going to do this. Do not send anybody your personal information, especially if you do not know them. Don't do it. Even SAG, when they send you stuff and they're asking for your social, they usually ask you for your last four digits. They never ask you for the whole social security. So be careful. The last one that I want to talk about is social media followers and engagement scams. There are a lot of companies out there that will offer to boost your followers or your engagement on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, and that they'll do for you. That's another one I get all the time. As a matter of fact, I got one couple of weeks ago. They were like, we've been watching your YouTube videos and we think you're doing a great job and we think we can help you. And so sometimes I will say, yeah, because I find it amusing. So I take they kept sending me emails and and they're like, have you seen the video that we made of you? We really want to work with you. We really think we can help you. So I booked the call. I get on the call. First of all, they have me wait like 7 minutes, never apologizing. So I'm already annoyed. So I'm sitting there and the guy's like, well, what do you want? I said, I don't want anything. You guys reached out to me, asked me for a call, so I'm giving you a call. Tell me what you got. What can you do? No, well, we want to know what I said, no. It's not on me. You guys said you could help me. You said you saw my video, so how can you help me? So I went on for like 15 minutes. I said, you guys can't do anything for me. I am done. And I got off the call. But I did have fun. I just think there are a lot of people out there that want your money and do not want to do anything for you. So please be careful. Be careful. It is so enticing to want to have stardom and have it fast. But the truth is, if you've chosen acting as your career, it takes time. It's like cooking. You don't bake a cake in 5 minutes. Well, you can, you put it in the microwave, but it is not going to be a good cake. It's got to sit in the oven for at least 45 minutes to cook well so that it comes out moist and delicious. Well, your career is the same way. It takes time. It takes time for you to learn the to learn all the technique and the tools, and as you go on, there's so many. One other scam is that people will say, we can get you work, we can get you booked without any experience quickly. They can get you extra work. Yeah, if you are looking for extra work, that's probably what you'll get, if they can really deliver that. But the truth is, you're not going to get a big role with no experience. It's just not going to happen unless you write a script yourself and decide you're going to shoot it yourself. God bless you, and then now you got a credit. You made a movie. You starred in a movie. But most times, legit production companies are not going to hire people who have no track record. And if they hire you, it may be for one line or two lines at the most. You got to remember, this is a business. Production companies are banking a lot of money on talent to deliver them ratings, or give them box office draw. So they're not going to take a chance on an unknown who has no experience. They're just not going to do that. And unfortunately, social media will have you believing the other way around. It's not going to work. You have to come with the goods. So there are no shortcuts. Sometimes we fall into dangling carrot syndrome because we want the shortcuts. There are no shortcuts in this game. Think of it like being a doctor. You cannot decide you want to be a doctor, and then tomorrow you're a doctor, and now you're going to cut on people. You've never even practiced cutting on fruit or vegetable, but now you're going to cut on a person. It is the same thing. As an actor, you got to pay your dues. You got to get in there. And I'm not saying you can't have success in a couple of years, because you can. But those people that have that kind of success, they have been working on their craft. They've been doing it. And there are a few people that get by. They get in there. They get a part. They're able to, because the director is so good, the director gives them direction, and they're able to do it. But then they don't work again. We don't hear from them again. And you want to have a long, successful, magnificent acting career. So do your work. Get your materials ready. Make sure that you are showing up on time. You are doing everything you need to do. And stay away from scammers. The best advice I could offer you is to really hone in on some common sense. So when you hear nonsense, you go, "Oh my God, that's nonsense. That's not for real." Don't buy the lies. Don't get bamboozled. Don't get hoodwinked. But do your due diligence. Work on your craft. Learn the business. Seek out reputable representation. If you want to be in showcases, find out who the reputable showcases are. If you want to be in film festivals, find out the reputable film festivals and submit to those. Stay in a place of safety with reputable business people. Stay in that thing. Don't try to get the shortcut. That's what the dangling carrot will do for you. If you're chasing that dangling carrot, it's going to cost you more than just staying on track, than staying the course. So you are a superstar. I know it, you know it, and we want everybody else to know it. So stay the course. Until next time, have an amazing, amazing day. And I can't wait to see you next time. Bye-bye.